welcome back to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. This is your host, Crystal, and that's Mr. D. Sorry,
Oh, started off with a bang. Forgot your
Yep.
own name.
Yep. Forgot my own name. So today's video is going to be a review on Snack Crate and the Belgium snacks that were sent and their soda. Since we're not getting the Universal Yums right now, we decided to do videos on the Snack Crate boxes. I hope you enjoy. Let's start it off.
Yeah, so just to be clear, Suda's still trying to develop her channel, and we're working on limited budgetary, so we had to cancel one of the subs, but she, full disclosure, started Snack Crate because I found it, but then found out that once you subscribe, you have to say subscribe for your first year, which we didn't know going into it. I'm sure there's a disclaimer on their website, but when we went to budgeting cuts, it was either, cancel this or cancel Universal, and honestly, Universal might have been a better one to stick with, but we were renewing every 6 months. All right, here's yours.
Which one is this one?
This is Cote d'Azur dessert.
It's got chocolate and peanut butter.
I got it.
Okay. I'll show this.
Not bad. It says it's supposed to have cashew in it. Maybe that's the paste?
Maybe. It's all very creamy.
It's definitely creamy. It's an enjoyable chocolate. It's just the flavor's weird to me. But it's chocolate, so it's still okay. So the Snack Crate that we have is just below the ultimate one. So you get a lot of decent snacks. This one I'm actually excited for. The last one was kind of weird. There's certain countries that do not too well for my palate, but this one seems to be a good win. And then we got a spiced cake. This one is the gingerbread with pearl sugar. Vondelmolen is the name as best I can pronounce it. But yeah, so we got into the Snack Crate itself. And again, Snack Crate, Universal Yums, there's a lot of different delivery services. All of them are kind of the same. Universal seems to have a lot of specifically brought into the country by their brand, which is kind of interesting. I haven't noticed the same issue or the same situation with the Snack Crate. All of them seem to be very genuinely from other countries, and then just compiled together. They both offer the opportunity, if you like something inside of the packaging, that you can go to their website and then order. There we go.
Oh, it's 2 pieces.
Wow. Oh.
It's 2 pieces.
It was 2 slices. I treated it like pound cake. Damn it.
He thought they were one complete piece.
So, this is a moist spiced gingerbread loaf with crunchy pearl sugar, adding caramelized crunch and a little bite. Ooh, okay. I'm not used to gingerbread being gingery. A little buttery, a little oily, maybe. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, so are we. It's okay. The crunchy sugar is really on the outside of it. I hate to say it, I kind of like it. Because it's sweet, but...
It's not like a gingerbread cookie.
No, it's like well, I guess the closest I can say is like Berners. It's sweet, it's a little dense, but right as you're eating it, it's not heavy because it gets a real light pop from the ginger. Not bad. So these aren't necessarily in any major order. They are in the book, but only to a certain extent. So before we go to the potato chip, we'll actually go to this guy. This is a biscuit Belgian waffle. It is a cocoa-covered chocolatey waffle. I mean, definitely seems to suit those lane for sure.
We'll see. Just because it's chocolate doesn't
I
mean
mean, it's
totally
basically a chocolate covered donut.
Yeah.
You like chocolate covered donuts. Break a piece off. Ooh, ah. Chocolate's good. The center's kind of gross.
Mhm.
Oh, not a
Stale
fan.
donut.
No, stale donut would be like those bag donuts you get at the gas station. That was just gross.
Mhm.
Wow, hard miss. That's weird. So far out of our treats, the cashew tastes nothing like cashew. The gingerbread cake tastes delicious, and something that should have been a winner for either of us failed miserably. That scares me to death. All right. Looks like we got a few savory options, two savory options in this particular set of pages. Um, this one doesn't really throw me too far to the left. Um, all dressed or ketchup based potato chips are just kind of a thing. If you like ketchup, great. If you don't, then you don't. Um, it's interesting that they're in the Belgian pack.
Yes, definitely. It's also interesting because where I work, they were talking about stuff that people put ketchup on, and I found a picture of the Lay's ketchup, and then when we got the snack crate, it was actually in the box.
So I'd argue, to me, one, they're actually really good, and I don't really like ketchup on anything but burgers. But it's like a sweet salt and vinegar,
Yeah.
which makes sense, ketchup. But
Mhm.
the way it come across is a lot cleaner.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, one more savory in this. One more sweet and one more savory in this section. But I want to go savory. Um,
They didn't show them the bag.
Give me a minute. I want to open it. Let's see if it smells like hamburger or fart.
Okay.
It smells like fart burger. I don't know. Kind of doesn't smell like much of anything. So these are the Crocky Bicky. Just so that we're clear, I had to read that package 3 times before I didn't realize I had thought
Danny
it
looked
was
at
what
the
it
book.
said. Yeah. So go ahead and take one. The Bickies are apparently the famous. They're flavored after the famous Belgium Bicky burgers. So apparently there is a food restaurant out there in Belgium that sells a famous burger.
To me, a lot of onion flavor. That's all I'm getting off of it is onion. What are you tasting?
Like Thousand Island dressing with a little bit of burger flavor. Here,
All I'm getting is onion.
take another one.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if it's like the Lay's potato chip where it kind of built. Like, anytime you get a chip with like really, we'll say complex flavors, think loaded baked potato or something like, I'm putting this literally all in front of the microphone. Um, Loaded baked potato or pizza or pepperoni pizza, maybe loaded nacho flavor. You're always like, I gotta go 1 bite, 2 bite, 3 bites in before I start checking it. Like there were a couple of Pringles flavors that were kind of like that, where I like the initial flavor, and then I'd eat like 4 or 5 of them, and I'm like, it's getting alone, yucky. I think they did a 7-layer dip at one point,
Yeah.
and they had guacamole and sour cream and olive flavor, and it was fine for the first couple of bites, but then all the flavors start to meld together. It's just no longer appetizing. Um, Now the next one, I think a lot of people in the States are well aware of, or if you're not, it should be on your list, are Biscoff. These little cookies are delicious. You can buy them as a candy bar now. I think there's the Biscoff candy bars that have a little extra chocolate on them, and then there's Biscoff spread, which is basically butter cookie spread. It's a little grainy, really sweet, but in the realm of basic cookies, they're really good. I'm a big fan of most shortbread cookies, um, and these ones kind of fit the bill for me. Uh, this does say, gotta be careful, these are brittle. All right, these do have chocolate on the bottom, so empty it that way. Um, but Biscoffs are delicious. There's no jacking up a Biscoff. If you haven't had them and you like cookies, it's not a dunking cookie. I would almost argue it's nearly a tea cookie, so you could enjoy a nice light tea with it, and a little chocolate, sweeten up your palate. Um, Given I don't like to put sugar in most of my hot drinks, I would love to have like a Biscoff with it. That sounds like it would be awesome. All right, so those are the reason I'm doing them kind of in the order I am. Is in the booklet for this particular brand, they have the little notations that say like mini or ultimate at the top corners. I'm not sure that's going to come through. I promise we get some more subs and I can get her a new camera, or at least a better one. And then they have another page. It'll say original. Then you get to the ultimate, the free bonus item, and then you get the ultimate stuff. So depending on your budget, you can build, right? Same thing works with um, the the Universal Yums. The difference is when you get your pack from Universal Yums, it's catered to your pack, as opposed to going, I know you enjoyed this stuff, but if you'd have bought the bigger pack, here's all the other stuff you could have got. Just throwing it out there. I kind of like it because it's a teaser. You're enjoying what you get from Snack Crate, and you're like, I wonder what I could, I wonder what else I could have gotten. Instead of going to their website and deferring there, you can you can open up your box and it gives you kind of a preview. All right. This is the original. This is the stuff that you get with the original pack. I think we're literally in the pack that we're in. Yeah. So we're on the original. So it's the mid tier that we have. This is the Lotus.
When you move,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right in view.
Yeah, there's the bear. Belle always lays behind Crystal when we do these videos, or Pseudo when we do these videos. So this is a Lotus cake, Lotus brand cake, sweet honeycomb patterned waffle filled with luscious vanilla cream. I don't know if I'd say filled. I don't know. I've never had one.
No.
Well, it's just so there's a little bloop on the top, and you can see the lattice that's that's over there. All right, let's
Split it in half as best you can.
try to break it. Yeah.
Definitely not inside. It's
Phil.
all on top.
Yeah, well, I feel bad here. Let me get the dry piece.
Oh, okay.
That way you can have the icing.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, well. It's not
It's
bad.
better than that chocolate waffle thing.
There probably isn't, but I feel like there's a little bit of like star anise.
Oh, it might be. I don't know what that tastes like by itself, so.
I don't know, just this one's a lot lighter than even the gingerbread. The other thing I like about these is they come in the original packaging. So that's another thing. Like when you get stuff from Universal Yums versus Snack Crate, and again, it's anybody's gambit what you get. Some of the packaging is so from that country that it doesn't come in English, which is fine. Um, some words are universal or nearly easy to translate, or if you're not lazy like I'm being right now, you take your phone out, hit the Google Lens, and it'll translate 90% of that stuff. There is a light, I'm not sure you can make it out, this light line of cream or gel right there too. Unfortunately, by the end it's indistinguishable.
Oh, I can see it now.
Yeah, and interestingly, the way it's compounded, it's actually like this cake is cooked inside of a shell.
Yeah.
Because there's actually a breakaway at the edge, like a pie crust.
This is good, but I've had enough so
Oh, that is delicious. Mm. I'm really happy with that one. I don't want to know how much sugar's gonna be in it.
No.
Okay. So we have two more sweet and one more savory for this page. Before we get to the bonus items that we got. So actually, I'm gonna leave you over there. And honestly, I know how I feel about these. These are sour gummies. Um, so we'll let Pseudo try one. As you guys are aware, if you've watched any of these videos, 90% of the time I can't even stand the fact that we get gummy candy. Um, I like sweet and I like savory. I'm not a sour boy. I'm a sour person, but not a sour foods person. Well, they're kind of small. I guess I'll do it. Oh, that's even better. I didn't even notice. So these are it looks like Joris or yeah, Joris or Taurus. Uh, so fun thing I didn't realize. These are actually called giant sour gummy rats.
They're not that sour. Not to me, they're not.
I just like this fact that they don't even give you a flavor. It's tangy red fruit flavor. Which tangy red fruit? But it is what it is. All right, so that's out of the way. All right, let's do the cloppers. Okay, now this one's not even a challenge. I'll be honest. If you have an Aldi's in your area, they sell cloppers wafers. I think in Texas, I want to say HEB might sell them. I just don't find them very often.
We have
Cloppers
seen them there.
are a chocolate wafer dessert or snack, depending on how you want to say it.
Broken up in
No,
pieces.
it's one big candy bar. So we'll just
Yeah. Trying to burn my napkin.
there we go. I know there's crumbs in my hands. I want dogs eating them, and I'm a heathen, so I'm just gonna bite a piece. Yeah. I used to wafer cloppers with extra filling. Oh wow, it's like a clopper and a Twix had a baby. That's delicious. Uh, mm, mm. All right. And then the snack highlight for the original is a vanilla waffle.
Hello.
I'm beginning to think they call pretty much anything a waffle in Belgium. You hear some noise. We do have the window open for fresh air in the office here. So my grumpy little butthead down there keeps goo-goo-gooing because she'd much rather be outside barking at the neighbor dogs.
Or chasing the birds out of the backyard.
Yeah, or all of the above. Bella, it's okay, baby. Mommy and Daddy only making a video for a few more minutes. Sorry, I kind of broke this on Poopy, so take a bite.
Honey, it's two different.
Oh, it's two different waffles again. I like the cake better. Well, so, and we've noticed this in other areas, right? So most of the baked-ish desserts, the the shells almost never have any real flavor or sugar to them. It's all on the interior. So you got a nice dense vanilla cream, but then you kind of have the dry waffle. Nobody likes a dry waffle. It's worse than a blue waffle. It's just disgusting. Um, speaking of waffles, I'm gonna eat the last of this piece because
Okay.
this is delicious.
It is, but I was trying to make room for.
Nom nom nom. All right.
He cooked a very good breakfast this morning. I'm still somewhat full from that, so.
All right. So next, the last part for this page, before we get to the bonus items that were part of the package, are Walson's paprika chips. I want to say the last snack crate we did had paprika chips in it. To tell you how that crate went over, I just threw the box away. Nobody wanted to try any of it. So it's pretty hard pressed for my family to not do a snack. There we go. Oh, weird way of opening a bag, or setting up a bag, but
Well,
yeah.
some people do open from the side and not the top or bottom.
Heathens.
Yeah.
It's not where the
They
seam
do it.
is. All right. So it says these guys have been around since 1905.
I got one to try.
Yeah, I grabbed two by accident.
This is a big one because it got folded in half. They'll be cooked.
I mean, and we like a lot of food with paprika in it. I mean, we make a lot of Hungarian goulash. We made a lot. I've made paprika chicken paprikash, American goulash. So paprika is a normal thing. It's just ground red peppers. Doesn't mean they're heated. Doesn't mean they're
Actually, not
spunky.
bad.
Doesn't mean they're sweet.
Well, I guess I grabbed two.
I keep ripping things in two, so. Um, Surprisingly, compared to last month, that's way better.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think last month's was by Taylor's.
yeah. Um, so let's see, potatoes, paprika, salt, a little bit of sugar, onion powder. So that's not terrible. Oh hey, if I'd looked over one panel further, I'd have seen it. So select potatoes, sunflower, paprika, sea salt, sugar, corn syrup. I don't see that on potato chips. White pepper and garlic. Overall, I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. I like out of the stuff we've eaten so far. Even though I'm not a big fan of gingerbread, I'd knock down some more gingerbread cakes. Paprika. Out of the chips though, I'd probably go back to the ketchup over the paprika. You can keep the chocolate waffle, you can keep the blue waffle, you can keep the lotus waffle. Although I'd sign up for those lotus cakes all over again because those
Yeah,
are
that
delicious.
was good.
Biscoff always an easy
Yeah.
winner. These guys.
This could have gotten too warm in our the office.
I mean, it could have. To be clear, I run a fairly expensive computer that I built a few years back, and even with an AIO cooler, for anybody who knows about that, it can basically heat the office off of my computer. That's why I try to shut it off from time to time. Now, getting to the bonus items. So the premium section, you always get a drink included, but then they give you 3 options. So this month's options were a white chocolate with cinnamon spiced cookie crumble, a pesto cheese biscuit snack, and the Belgian chocolate seashells that have a robust coffee infusion. Now, to be fair, the only reason we didn't get pesto cheese is last month we had a bunch of cheese stuff, and it all tasted like licking grandma's feet. At what point grandma's feet you're licking is up to you to decide, but either way, that's how they tasted. So I was cut short.
He's not a big fan of Rudolph.
I'm not. Well, I'm a big fan of cheese, but those just they tasted gross. Their texture was bad. I wasn't happy at all. But you know what? I do it for your show. So this month we've got the chocolate shells. Back it up a little bit. There we go. And I mean it's chocolate. It's Belgium. Like outside of eating cacao straight out of the rainforest. I mean, I was always told Belgian chocolate was better than everybody else. I don't know. And this one is kind of a cute packaging. It says seashells by the seashore, so looks like little barnacles, seashell right in the middle, a couple of cameron or shrimp if you like. These ones look like squiddies or something.
Yeah,
Coral.
that looks weird.
There we go. Falls.
Uh-oh. Underneath your chair.
Oh no! Where?
Underneath your chair.
I rolled it over and you said underneath. Up there it is. Well, in this economy, 25-second rule.
And good thing the girls didn't try to go get it. I was gonna go that one, but that's alright. You already put this out.
Mm-hmm.
A seahorse, maybe? That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, it's a seahorse. I ate the shrimp looking one.
No, that's what this one looks like. A shrimp.
Oh,
That's a
maybe I ate the
seahorse.
seahorse. And it's weird because you might be right about it got too warm. It's like this one's melting into the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice reward at the end of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so much as I love cloppers, that was delicious. So if I had to choose a chocolate item, unfortunately it's going to be the Belgian chocolates because I like coffee and I like chocolate. I used to, back in the day, used to power through all the espresso beans when everybody's eating those. Matter of fact, the coffee shop she likes to go to here in Lubbock, Texas,
That's what I thought for your coffee.
Human Bean not only makes a good drink um, at reasonable prices. Not that they sponsor us. Man, that'd be cool to get a discount for mentioning them in this. Maybe Suda can tag them in the video. Um, but they make s'mores coffee that Sudo likes a lot, and then they have a Mexican coffee with cinnamon in it that I enjoy. Um, don't go there a bunch because it's paying for coffee. I've got a Keurig. But when we do, we treat ourselves to that. They always give a coffee bean with everything, with your drink purchase. Now, the other item that was included in this month's box is exotic Fanta. Exotico. I'm sure they would say it that way because that's totally trying to be a idiot and speak in Spanish. So the fun part with this one was all it tells me is refreshing carbonated drink featuring tropical melody of fruit flavors, delivering a sweet and tangy sensation. Now, judging by the picture in the book, it's like orange and fruit punch, possibly some mint and passion fruit. Judging by the can, looks like chocolate orange. I don't know. Apricot maybe?
And it has on their new taste too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always excited by new taste. Alright. No, you didn't get into anything. No, this one, no. When you make me go first, we're splitting the difference on that.
A lot of orange.
Yeah, it's like orange and passion fruit exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
But what it reminds me, and probably nobody watching this will even remember it. There was an energy drink in the '90s, I want to say, called Balls, and it was packed with guarana. It came in a blue bottle. Uh, for some godforsaken reason, they used like this bubble texture on the outside, and that's what it reminds me of. Compared to most Fantas, pretty flat. Um, I hesitate to call it soda or carbonated because there's a little bit of fizz,
A little bit,
but
it's
it's
not
like,
overtly.
oh, I left a Coke in the car all day. Well, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
It tastes better than a flat Coke, but
Yeah.
if you were looking for something to be effervescent, this wasn't it. Um, yeah, literally sizzled on the tongue and it's gone.
Mhm.
I will say it's hyper sugared though.
I'm sure it is. Let's see.
Let's see if Chris can read this. Now, so that's what you get for the in between pack of the normal pack. You get a soda included every month, and then three other items you get to pick one of. And if you go up to Ultimate, which they always flaunt, Ultimate would have gotten me two more chocolate bars, two more candies. Unfortunately for Pseudo, pickle chips from Crocky,
Crocky.
along with a nougat stick, paprika nuts, Lion bars, which are delicious. If you see a Lion bar, buy them. Um, we go to Via Sweeties every couple of years when we go visit family up in Ohio. They always have Lion bars. I always pick a box up. And then more sour jellies. But that's it. So just like with Universal Yums, you get a little tour pamphlet. It includes all the information there. Other than the whole read the fine print before you sign up for these. And to be honest, at some point when we're in a better position, I'll probably pick up, or have Pseudo pick up another couple brands worth of these sub boxes, and maybe that just becomes one of her playlist is the sub boxes themselves, because I don't hate them. Um, I kind of enjoy the fantasy that Crystal gets to have of being able to try these things and kind of expand her palette. Um, in the next year, at most, I hope, um, you may see my channel show up again on the in the world. Uh, Pseudo is hoping to help me into one of my long-lived fantasies of riding a motorcycle. Um, so we're lining up for that, and maybe you see more adventures with Pseudo, but on the road, and we can get back to checking out handicraft stores like she used to when we lived in Virginia.
Yep.
Because that's
There's
something
some
she
here.
didn't think about with me wanting to get a motorcycle.
There's some here. There's just down further south or up north.
Yep.
Nothing in my area. Really? There's no.
I know.
down
Oh
there?
no, there's literally one sewing circle in town, and I
Yeah.
tried to make you go there, and you're like, they just do knitting and sewing, and I don't do sewing.
Nope.
You never know. Everybody has a couple of hobbies adjacent.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
come on. Remember the pin, the needle that was still in my pillow or whatever.
Yeah.
From
So Crystal had a pillow
home
when we
ec.
met from home ec in high school, and it wasn't until almost 20 years later after making it, it finally weaseled its way out of the pillow and stabbed us.
Stabbed him, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for today. Join us next month for the next box. I don't know what. Oh yeah, I do. It is India. Snacks from India. So stay tuned next month. Until next time, I hope you stay safe and stay crafty. Have a good one.
And
Bye bye.